Hey everybody, how y'all doing today? It is Monday. Happy Monday, y'all. Yeah, I really want to call this day Movement Monday. I think it's only right. I think it's only, it's right that we call Monday's movement. Because if you think about it, a lot of times a lot of us have the weekends off to be with family, to do things with our family and stuff like that. But movement Monday represents to me that I have to move towards something God has given me to do. So I really think that that's befitting to what God is doing in His time with me, with my family, with all kind of situations around me, y'all. He's permitting me and my family to move, move, even though it don't look like what people movement looks like. It's like it's dealing with the things that bound us in one time. It's dealing with the things that God told us to do and we set on it. It's dealing with the things that it's time to prepare for the things that God have for us to do in this time, because it's time to get ready for the things that God is about to manifest into our lives. So it's all of those things for me. Number one is is really healing for me in this time, because a lot of things that I thought that I got rid of, a lot of things that I thought that I was over with, God is bringing it to me in a new perspective. Well, when I say that, I say in the area of family, in the area of relationships, like God is definitely bringing me a different part of the things that I didn't understand. It's so ironic, that being in God, you think you know it, but then you really don't know it. You know, a lot of people will say, well, put the past in this perspective, put it in the past. But a lot of times, God have to bring up your past so you can see some things that you didn't once see before. I know I say that a lot, but I need for us to understand that it is very, very important that we deal with the things that God is showing us. And we feel like it's the enemy, the this or that. It's not the enemy. It's God trying to deliver you from the enemy of your soul. So for me, in that time, God was bringing back some childhood stuff, some stuff that I was like, oh my God, I thought I was dealing with this, but apparently I've been dreaming about the thing that I was supposed to face the whole time. The whole time I was dreaming this, and I didn't understand that I was dreaming, and I didn't understand why, I kept having these dreams and why I kept having these thoughts. It was something that God wanted me to see, because this is something that God always brought me to, right? And if you know, a lot of times when you're brought to something over and over and over again, that means it's something that you're not really paying attention to. It's something that you really have to seek God for, because in order for you not to go in this circle again, you're going to have to be delivered from some stuff that you thought you was over. You thought you was done with, because I thought that me just loving my family, me just, just being in this place where I'm like, okay, I forgive them all. I forgive everybody. But sometimes it's not about just forgiving. Sometimes it's about, you got to see what pattern have you done the whole time that God is not really recommending for you to do. So for me, I hid my spiritual self, my prophetic self, I hid my gifts from my family for a long time. And even when I did speak something up from God, I would be so insecure about it. I'd be so just like, oh my God, Lord, is this really you type situation? But I learned over time that the very things that God was telling me was only a warning. And everything that God was telling me, it created a scenario of, you can either pick life or you can either pick death for my family. But a lot of times they didn't know and I didn't know. I just know God said it to me. But now I have the wisdom, the understanding, and the knowledge of the things that God was saying. So I was hiding God. I was hiding being his child. I was hiding all the things that God wanted me to be. I was hiding, y'all. And now God is saying, you're going to have to get up, stop thinking about all the people that you think. about that was your God back then. Now it gotta stop being your God, and you gotta have me as your God. And a lot of times we didn't even understand. I didn't even understand that, I was letting these people be my God. Not to say that I don't love them, I don't care about them, and they don't love me and care about me. But it's like when you start playing in this place where you it's like you're playing like you're not somebody that you are. So you're belittling the God in you, right? For years I belittled the God in me. Yes, God is all around me. Yes, God protected me and saved me. Yes, God spoke through me. Yes, God is using me. Yes, but it's some things that I ran away from. And God is saying, now you're going to have to face it. Like, y'all, I know, like, well, my workbook is coming out, but my personal book has been a struggle for me. My personal book of telling my personal life, even though I tell y'all certain things that has happened to me, it has been a struggle for me. And in that struggle, I found out that it's like I don't want to tell everything because everybody has always told me over my lifetime, stop talking too much. Don't tell that. That's a secret. And it made me internalize the very thing that God wants me to get up out of. So with that being said, y'all really, I really hope that y'all sit down and sit in the things that God is telling you to do right now, and do it with God. I know it's a struggle because it's going to be something outside of the box, but God see that you have the capacity, the ability to do inside of you, because he got all the tools you need inside of you. It's time for you to stop hiding from yourself, the people you love, the world. It's time for you to stop hiding, because at one point or another, it's gonna be used to save somebody else, save somebody's soul. Somebody is at risk of dying. Somebody is at risk of giving up. Somebody is at risk of these things, and they need those words. They need those words of encouragement. So moving towards what God got for you to move towards is very important in this time, because you get to see how God flows in you. And for me, that's where I am today. I'm getting to know how God flows in me, how all of my life has been a place of really just understanding that God had me the whole time, understanding that every situation that I endure, God allowed it so that it can add up to now, so that it can be to now. I made a lot of mistakes. I made a lot of choices, but I also endured a lot of things, y'all. So in this time, I'm just like, God, help me out. Help me out of Egypt. Because we gotta think about, Egypt is those places in our minds where we think it's right but it's really wrong. We think the way that people told us to think is the right way, but it's really not. And God got to get us back to our authentic self. I've been learning a lot from Prophet Samuel, and he been telling me some things in this time that is really making a lot of sense. For one, the fact that we make the wilderness to be the worst place possible when it's actually the best. It's the best because you get to sit down with God. You get to be in this place with God. You get to have God to draw out all of this stuff that you're not, and pull in, the strength, the courage, to really bring out all the things that God wants to show through you. He wants to show great and mighty things through you, but a lot of times we are afraid. We are afraid to doing it. And I'm not afraid anymore. I'm not afraid anymore, but I'm going to tell you, it's like, because I'm learning so many different things and I'm learning so many new things, it's like, I'm like, oh my God, should I just put this out and then hope for the best? Or should I just wait and just, get more knowledge and understanding and write based on what I know now versus what I used to know? Because I didn't wrote, y'all, my personal book, I didn't wrote about 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 times. I didn't wrote the whole book, and inside of me is like I was hiding this book, hiding my personal story. Yes, the workbook was easy because it's not really telling, and plus I'm getting help with that. So it's like, okay, this is easy. But when God tell you to do something hard it's outside of your balance, it's outside of the knowledge that God has told you to, it's outside of the knowledge that not God, but people have told you to be. Have been raised. It say, train up a child in the way that as he get older, he would not depart. Right? But some things you gotta depart from, and it's like, ooh, it hurts coming out. It hurts going forth. It hurts, even though it's a good thing, even though it's bring life to you and the people around you, it's still like, oh, it hurt. Oh, it's like birthing a child. And I never birthed a child before, but it's like birthing a child. It's like I can definitely understand the pain that a woman goes through when having a baby, because in this present moment, my spirit, the inner man of me is having a baby. And I know a lot of y'all gonna be like, that sounds crazy. But in actuality, whenever you're doing something creative, it's a baby. It's a project. It's everything that's gonna bring life.